New and improved Alpha 21 AI. They are so much smarter. Oh my god, we worked hard on it. Why do I feel like I remember dogs up here? Okay, you know, first zombie, heavy bleed infected. I'm having a ton of fun already. Hell yeah. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, guys? Welcome to 7 Days to Die. This series is going to be called The Last of Us because it is just me, The Last of Us, playing this game in the group. Now, they still want to play and they're going to be hopping in throughout this series, but I've been meaning to kind of return to my roots a little bit. Live streaming just ain't hitting the same anymore, and I want to be able to do some solo stuff and some longer form series with like big plans, because if you guys remember, way back in the day, I don't know if any of you are still around from that day, but when 7 Days to Die first released, I started on journeys of building giant things. I built like a big spider on top of the church in the original like Alpha 2, and I've done a lot of projects since then, and you guys know building has always been kind of my thing when we do the multiplayer sessions. I've been wanting to do more of that, and I also wanted to experience the game solo for once, because we've been doing multiplayer for, I mean, quite literally years now. We really haven't taken on the game by ourselves. That's what this series is going to be about, with a bit of a twist though. The plan is to pretty much rebuild a whole chunk of town or city, similar to what you guys saw in The Last of Us on HBO, as well as the video game, but more so the Last of Us TV show, specifically where they went into that area, or talked about the two guys living in the fenced-in area that was all nice, and they repaired the whole city because that's all they had to do for fun. And I want to do that. I want to corner off my own little chunk of a town, or maybe even find a small town on the map, put a wall around it, and start repairing the buildings one by one, and have them all have a purpose. One place is for making medical supplies, one place is to store all the ammo, etc., etc. So probably repair 4, 5, maybe 6 buildings from scratch. And the other twist to this series as well is zombies are always jogging. I know that sounds terrible, but I will never really be able to mimic the way The Last of Us zombies function, right? But I know they're a bit stronger, and I know that they're a bit faster than OG 7 Days to Die zombies. So that's what we tried to do here. Horde is going to be every 7 days. We've gone and turned off markers for airdrops because we want to kind of make it somewhat realistic. If an airdrop were to come into the Last of Us universe from, you know, one of the safe zones or something like that, it wouldn't be marked on a map. You just have to go find it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just get ourselves through the stinky little starting quest and figure out where the trader is. Originally, I was thinking about doing a non-trader run, but honestly now with the new infestation quests and things like that, it could be pretty fun to clear some of these new POIs alone and some of the new quests alone, just to kind of get an idea of how the game is balanced. As I mentioned before, we're going to have to take everything pretty methodically because the zombies now will jog all the time. So it's going to be a little harder. It's going to be a long-winded series. It's going to be just about every day. If there's other games that come out in between, obviously we'll post those things ahead of this, but I would like for this to be a long-form series for you guys. So just kind of look forward to popping up here and there. On top of that, the live streams are not over. I believe we're going to be doing one per weekend. And as I mentioned before, I would like to get my friends into a couple of sessions on this series as just kind of a surprise, or get them over here for Horde nights or something, just to get a little bit more involvement from them. And if any of them want to show up more regularly, then that could happen. But obviously episode 1 I wanted to do alone. So if you're excited for this series, please hit the sub button, hit the notification icon, make sure it's set to always. The like button would be tremendous, and a comment down below on your excitement for the series, or the secret passcode also helps get this video out on the algorithm. So I also considered, in the future, as an extension of this series, as I do my quest line a bit more, is to do it in different biomes, because I feel like the way questing works in this game is not the way it should work, honestly. I think when it sends you to the tier 2 trader, that should be where you do the tier 2 quests, if that makes sense. It just seems a lot more fun that way, in my opinion. It doesn't keep you in one place all the time. You actually have a reason for going to the other biomes, but in the current state of the game, that's not how it functions. So we're probably going to stick around this trader right here, unless obviously there's no good spot to wall off as, you know, our Last of Us style town. I'm also curious about what the FPS is going to be like solo. Already I'm at like 100 plus, but we're going to get into the thick of the city here in a second and see what the heck's going on. We also need to be cautious and as scared as humanly possible. I'm going to make some spikes because like I said, the zombies jog. And if they jog, then they're going to jog at me, and if I can't kill it quick because I'm only level 1 and they're strong boys, then we will die already. And I'm going to try to have as many, or as least amount of deaths as possible, not as many deaths as possible, just because it kind of helps with the flow of the game when you actually, you know, value the life of your character. Zombie number 1 of many. Let's see. I'm curious what jogging speed even means. But I guess we're not going to find out with that guy because he got popped. This is a randomly generated map. I think it's an 8K, so not like super big, but not super small. There'll be a lot to explore. I can always generate the map as well and kind of get an idea of where everything is. Also, I forgot to mention, we bumped up the XP to 200% because nobody wants to just sit there grinding out killing zombies just to be able to craft a mini bike or something like that. So we're going to get a bit more XP on our own. If we introduce our friends, I forgot about this. If we introduce our friends, we'll probably lower the XP just for like that session, if that makes sense. So it should be a fun time. So it seems like out in the wilderness and out in the open, the zombies aren't exactly that much of a threat. Like the jogging speed, that's nothing crazy, right? It's a little faster than walking, obviously. It's harder to hit shots, especially with projectiles like bows. But you're going to really see and feel the difference once we're inside some of the POIs, I think. If something's moving slightly faster towards you and there's a lot more of them, it's definitely going to cause a bit of panic. It's also going to be nice not having to share books with a bunch of people. But this is our trader for the time being, unless obviously you plan on switching. And we got
Get lost,
Fat Joe calling me a bum. So I think we'll start with the clear zombies. I'm not going to just sit here and quest all the time. It's just not something I want to do. You guys already know my opinions on the questing. It can be a bit lackluster sometimes, but, you know, we have to do it just to be able to progress and level up a bit quicker. I want to start kind of looking in the area to see if there's any spots where we'd want to build a large fence around it. As for hordes, I don't know if we'll do a horde base or if we're just going to defend the walls like we would in a normal situation. I was thinking of some type of gate system, not using actual gates, but just like thickening one part of the wall to make it mimic a gate to some degree, and then that's where we would fight the hordes, just on like a strong cube of concrete or something like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. Obviously, it'd be super cool to defend the entire wall, but I am one person, and there's only so much crafting that I can do. This is our method for the jogging zombies. We're just gonna put down as many spikes as humanly possible. We got another bedroll. This is looking quite thick, though, this whole city here. I'm not sure if we want to live in like a thick part of city, but Jesus, we're at like 80 to 100 FPS in a thick part of town, so I'm pretty excited to be doing that. Oh, these are filled up with water. Have these always been filled up with water, or is this... I don't remember. I did go into the procedural generation and crank everything. Like, absolutely just cranked rivers, mountains, everything to spawn more of, just so it's a bit of a thicker spawned environment. One thing we also need to consider, is this where we get super corn? I think it is. It is. Look at that. One thing we also need to consider is questing. We don't want the quests to be sent into where we repair, if that makes sense. And we want the density of the buildings near each other to be closer, just to make it a lot easier to build a wall around it. So like this area here would be nice because we have a passing gas, so we could easily like replace the gate on that, and then we would obviously be able to like put our trucks and stuff in the garage, which would be super yoink, which would be super cool. But not completely necessary or a good idea, because look how far away the next POI is. To be able to wall all of this in would take some tremendous amount of time. So I'm also kind of thinking of maybe just banging out tier 1 quests, getting a bicycle, and just going on a bit of an adventure, because there's bound to be a smaller town that doesn't have skyscrapers and stuff in it within the Pines Forest biome. Build one of the Children of the Corn. Let's go ahead and just grab some of this while we're here. It's also really good for fibers. We can make rest of the fiber armor. With the jogging zombies, I believe we're going to need stronger armor. There's really no point in stealth in this game, as you all know. I mean, playing solo is nice to have a bit of stealth and have a suppressed pistol, which I probably will, but going up in the actual stealth skills is stupid. As you don't or may not know, is that zombies will just spawn. when you walk right into a room, it's like a trigger. And even if you have the most agility and the most stealth in the whole world, it just triggers nonetheless, and you cannot do anything about it, which is really stupid. I'm gonna give a little peek around this corner here in this little farm town. There's like a residential right there, which could be pretty cool, right? For part of our little Last of Us town that we're gonna build up. But I'm not completely sure, because it's kind of alone over here. It is a cool house, though. So I guess my prerequisites for a Last of Us town is going to be probably, I'd say 5 houses is probably enough. If there's 5 houses, and especially one that's really cool to live in, then I would be super happy with that. I mean, this area is kind of promising. So we have the farmhouse, we have the barn, the silo, and the shed. So this could be like a lot of crafting stuff, a lot of building things. This could be our primary residence. That'd be a really fun one to clean up the roof and such. When I mentioned about repairing the buildings, I physically want to like make the roof back again and like bring it to its former glory. A lot of that's going to be done with paint and frames, and we're going to have to get it, probably repaint a lot of it just to make it match better and things like that. But like this would be something that would be a really cool project to fix up. This would also be a really good spot for our OG horde location. We have walls already, right? And then we could just expand the walls out from there. We're going to do a lot of crooked walls and a lot of like quick build stuff. We're not going to be doing anything crazy. And like I said, probably just reinforcing one part of the wall instead of reinforcing the whole thing, because it would just be a lot of work and energy that's just not completely necessary. But who knows? I mean, if this series, oh god, as I mentioned before, this is why jogging stinks and why it makes it even harder. And I'm already infected. Lovely. Okay. You no longer have a piece of your head because of that, but now I'm turning into a zombie. So chunk number 2, right behind this place, we have another farm, we have a residential, and then that's also attached to what could be our home base. I could see this working. We could physically have a farm in the front of this place, right? This could be, I mean, this is just kind of cute, right? This would be a nice little house, or maybe somewhere, I don't know, maybe the medical building of some kind. I mean, there's a garage out back to park the car, but I bet there's a garage inside that main house there too. What is this called? The Nekarski residence? Okay. And then what's next door here? What is this place? We got the blown up passing gas. We can't really ignore zombies because they will just start catching up to us, which is a problem. Just gonna set that up for you, buddy. New and improved Alpha 21 AI. They are so much smarter. Oh my god, we worked hard on it. Okay, this kind of goes into the main part of town. This is the main intersection. That's like an office building of some kind. Let's see what it's called. TriMed Group. So it's actually a medical building. Cool. Across from a savage country where we could get some clothing. What is this? A bowling place? House Wines. The only thing I'm considering, I mean, if we're going to be doing original hordes in that house over there, this being in the way of the yellow building kind of stinks. Oh my god. I have no stam. This is the worst thing ever. I'm bleeding. I'm concussed. I do not want to die already. I need to start avoiding zombies. I'm going to heal up a bit. I got abrasions. I got no meds for them. Who knew the slight jogging would actually add that much difficulty to the game? So it seems like, honestly, the bow might be a good idea for some early levels. I'm not sure if agility's the right idea, but I guess we'll find out. Oh god, I forgot. The bow's horrible. We're just going to spike it up, probably. I think it's our best bet. This is only like a smidge of wood, right? It locks them up, does a ton of damage. And then we just get the kill. That's probably the play. I'm also seeing the garage off the back of this now, and I'm thinking that this is awesome. I think this might already be the chunk. I thought it would take us a lot longer to find where we wanted to live and build. And with the new water systems, we could even like rebuild a moat around the whole place. But I'm thinking this wall is super nice. We could just kind of like bump it out from here and extend it past the back of the yellow house. The yellow house could be our, I don't know, we can do storage in the yellow house. Obviously, we'll do like a lot of crafting and stuff inside of the barn over there. And this will be our primary residence. So we have 4 buildings that would be within our walls. It makes sense, and it honestly kind of matches a bit with The Last of Us, right? Because There's a bunch of residentials and things and garages and such, and it's gonna look cool. This could be, if we clean this up, we could put a door here with some staircase that would actually lead into our backyard where we could have whatever the heck we want. This is the Taylor Manor. We're going to have to get some land claims down. We're going to have to start clearing these buildings, which is absolutely scary, and I think I would want to have a gun first. But plan is, right, so this is already walled off. We can fix up the bars, reinforce them a bit more because they can be quite weak over time. We can probably upgrade most of this stuff, yep, with cobblestone. And just get it going to wrap all the way around. And then we could even use this as the front for most of our Horde Knights, right? And then we would jut the wall off from the back here. Hello, Stinky. Another spike trap for you, my guy. There we go. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to branch the wall off from this corner here. Maybe it attach it to the back wall of this house, to the barn. From the barn to the yellow out to the back, and we'll just wall all of this in. So this will be our own little L street, and obviously we can reinforce and change it, cut down trees, and rearrange things as we please. Maybe even set up a actual realistic power grid across these power poles would be kind of fun. Imagine that, if we just built power poles and we actually had like a generator room where everything was running off of like 6 or 7 generators that we would just fill up with gas over time. That could be pretty awesome. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I mean, ultimately, we need to start questing a bit. We need to get a few guns, utilities, ammo, anything that can help us on our endeavors to clear out these 3 POIs, so then we can dead block them to make sure the zombies don't spawn, which honestly is going to be pretty difficult. I'm going to need more wood, more spikes, because we're probably going to have to trap door frames to kill these jogging zombies. I can't even imagine how hard infested quests are, but I guess with infested quests, most of them are feral and running anyway. So I suppose the zombie jogging kind of outscales over time, but it does make the early game a bit harder, so we need to be a lot more cautious. If we grab a bit more stones and a bit more wood, we can make more arrows. All right, famous last words, 13 arrows is probably enough. I really hope we find some meds in here, maybe even some honey, because we're already infected, already abrased, and already concussed. What can you do about that, right? A realistic man would probably loot this first and then activate the quest, but I'm not one, so here we are. I'm going to do this, and then dinner bell. Dinner bell. Nothing? Did I just block myself out? Where are the zombies? Any back there? Do I gotta walk in to activate? Oh, God. Wake up, you stinkers. One thing I also forgot to mention. I'm playing with brightness off. So nighttime is gonna get very dark. I'll try to edit it for you guys a bit. Maybe. Depends. I don't know. I kind of enjoy the immersion. Oh, look at that. Ask and you shall receive. I kind of enjoy the immersion and actually having to use the torch. We usually don't do it in multiplayer because it absolutely nukes your FPS. And we can take as much as we possibly can get with FPS. But it's going to be nice to actually like torch up the town, get a sense of immersion, and see what it feels like to be, you know, a little bit in the game more. Some goth boots swag. All right, let's go in here. Zombies come from the ceilings. That's a dog. Which is absolutely terrible. I didn't know this was going to have a dog in the POI. Let's see if we can kill it through the door. Sometimes you can get... Not through the hole in the door, through the actual door when its head pops through, but I can do that too. I'm going to let her break the spikes on her own. Make it a little easier. Did it look like she shit herself? Ooh, blue bag. Nice. Southern farming will come in handy. And a bit of ammo. That's nice. I'm going to drink this for some water. And POI clear. We're going to try to be as efficient as possible. Since we're playing alone and kind of doing a longer journey, we're going to want to loot everything. We're going to want to keep everything. I think my original base location will probably be the garage of the house that we plan on living in, the one with the wall around it. It's probably our best bet. So now we have another abrasion. Things aren't looking great. Our max HP is 50. I said I didn't want to die much, and I'm gonna die a whole bunch. But real quick, we really need to just jump into this and figure out what the heck we're going to do. I'm gonna crouch down here in a hole so the zombies don't see me. So when it comes to skill trees, what are we gonna need first? Like, I'm thinking just strength with Pack Mule. I think the shotgun is going to be our best bet in a jogging zombie scenario. The shotgun's not best for Horde Night because you have to wait for things to get close. But multi-kills with the shotgun would be nice. Heavy armor early on, and then mining stuff also really helps with a bit of the building. Getting a bit of concussion popping in. And then Pack Mule, of course. Skull Crusher. Big and fast once we get into sledgehammers. I'm not sure if sledgehammers is going to be the wave when it comes to a melee weapon. Spears are extremely good, but I'm not thinking the perception tree really gives us much of what we're looking for. Like, we're not going to be salvaging and treasure hunting too much, and the damage and animal tracking's useless, really. And Marksman rifles are going to be nice down the line, so perception will probably be the last tree we do. Fortitude is brawling. Punching is pretty good, but the problem with punching is you have to get 2 feet away from something to punch it. And when you're playing alone, that's extremely dangerous. You'll fail a lot of quests. Although it does have the Huntsman, which is really good for early food, living off the land for farming. But we're not going to be doing any of this stuff early game. So again, I'm going to put that with perception. We'll do some of that late game. Now, agility is in the front runner with strength. Archery sounds really nice for stealth kills. Pistols are pretty much the first guns we're going to be finding, and you don't have to reload them as much as shotguns. Deep cuts, I mean, knives and machetes are nice, not great. Run and gun is excellent. Parkour is super great for not dying. Stealth is completely useless. Intellect is probably going to be a secondary thing. The damage and buffs and things aren't great. Barter is nice, but that's probably secondary, like I said, and then everything else in here. So it's really between agility and strength. Agility for survivability, strength for ease of access, and just something easy to work with. And we get the early food stuff, which does cut down on how much food we need to eat. So I'm going to probably go strength first, intellect as soon as we start needing intellect stuff, agility second, fortitude and perception are going to be later. Just for the sake of things, strength first is the wave. We're going to jump a Pack Mule right off the bat. We could do Pack Mule 2, but we're currently completely screwed up, so I'm just going to pound a bunch of these right here and just start getting some strength up. And hopefully we can find a sledgehammer pretty early on as well. I think we can make one. We can. I'm going to get some small stones on our way back to turn in the quest. All right, buddy. Let's see. What is the first quest going to yield? Let's find out. Chamois secret recipe for the first one. Ammo, cooling. We're just going to drop the ammo, of course. Grab another job. Fetches are easy. I'll probably do that one next. Really easy as a solo player. Learn those lights real quick. We have the knuckle wraps. I didn't find enough stones on the way, but we'll grab more on the way back. And we got a level there. But I want to see, do you have anything that can heal me? Another jar of honey. How much money? We made 800 off of that. Okay. Antibiotics will be all our money. Jar of honey will get rid of... Okay, we already found the jar of honey. Never mind, we're not infected anymore. Forgot about that. I'm going to buy first aid bandage for sure, and he has nothing else that can help us. We're going to have 2 full hours of issues if we don't go find some type of medical supply store. All right, that's going to be awful. Great. All right, let's grab a few more stones on the way back home. Make that sledgehammer and maybe clear out the yellow building residence and use that as our storage location to start. I guess it depends. I don't remember if the yellow was tier 2 or tier 3. I know the walled in one that we want to make our main residence was a tier 3. I don't know if we're really quite at that point yet or able to clear a tier 3. I know it's based on game stage and we're at game stage -5. But I just still... We're having troubles with just the single dog and the stupid little bullshit tier 1, so I don't know. I never looted that ambulance where I killed those zombies towards the beginning of the episode. And I am not going back there. But it would have been a good idea. Probably. Oh god. Any zombies here? Oh, yep, there is. I don't feel like dealing with you. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Thanks, though. Alright, home sweet home. So what did I say? What tier is this? It's gonna be nighttime. So that is tier 3. What tier is this? Is this place tier 1? Tier 2? This is also tier 3. Oh god. I'm gonna be scared. Scarecrow Fields, also level 3. Is this the one that blows up? I think it is. We're gonna have to repair some stuff. Let's go ahead and make that sledgehammer. I need 1 more stone. So we have 3 tier 3s to clear in our town. I don't know what's gonna be easier. Something tells me this yellow house will be. It's probably gonna have a basement though. I'm just gonna get a storage out on the road. Get the bedroll on the ground. We're gonna be sleeping in the middle of the street for a bit. Might pop a steroid. That might actually help quite a bit. Make some spikes. 4 spikes for now. Nice. Let's pop a steroid, which is going to nuke our water. So we're going to take a couple of sips. All right, and let's see what we can do here. I'm hoping maybe we could find some painkillers in here. I know this one. So this is locked. It's going to want us to go up the back trellis. And we don't have a lot of time. So we're going to have to speed clear this if we can, if it's possible. Why do I feel like I remember dogs up here? Okay, you know, first zombie, heavy bleed infected. I'm having a ton of fun already. Hell yeah. Just for the sake of going in here, Skull Crusher, please. Thank you. Just get a little bit more damage on the sledgehammer before we go in. We gotta really plan this, like I said. Take it a bit easier because of the jogging zombies. We're going to try to use the broken doors to our advantage. But I think that'll work a little better. So we put down the spike. Come on, break the next chunk of door, buddy. Oh, God. Okay, let's see if we can double hit these guys. 3 of them's kind of an issue. Not the head I wanted to pop off. Okay. Close the closet door. See ya. Okay. Whew. Remember when I said speed run this? Good one. Not gonna happen. Gonna have to take it real slow. It's also starting to get dark in here now. I'm gonna need a headlight mod ASAP. The FPS though, very nice. Alright, I'm just gonna pull another one of these. I'm gonna use the door to kind of siphon them out one by one in case there's more than one. I want him to break the spikes, though. So come on out, buddy. Go ahead and just slap that up here. Okay, he's definitely dead. We're definitely not going to have enough time to clear this, but we're going to try our best. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll get her done. Maybe we won't. This guy had a PhD in dying, clearly. Bullet pistol. Nope. Nothing. I'm sad. I'm also hungry. All my food's outside, and I'm not risking the sham sandwich. I'm already a mess. Let's see if we can get a couple of stealth kills, maybe? Oh, not sharing books. I know I've mentioned this before already, but not sharing books is going to be so nice. Anyone live in here? I tilted my head in real life, just so you guys know. I didn't make arrows before I came in. So I'm actually an idiot. Let's use the stairs, and let's kneecap him. Or head cap him. Is that a thing? Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. The sledgehammer's slapping with the right click. We just gotta be careful of stamina, though. Which is reduced right now because of our terrible endeavors out in the wilderness. We have a key there. I believe that might activate a zombie spawn, though. Let's do it anyway. We're gonna have to break down a lot of doors in this place. There's also a mod I saw that I can add that allows me to actually hook up prefab lights. So, like, I could hook these up. I could always just replace them myself. I want to build an electric grid for the town. I feel like that'd be really cool. Anybody in the living room watching a movie, perhaps? This guy is. Not anymore, he ain't. And there's the basement. Okay. So the basement's probably the rest of the loot, and it probably comes up into the garage, I'm going to assume. The denim jeans, it's better. Oh, he's got a movie theater down here. Nice. There he is. Anybody else in here? You broke my movie theater? Frickin' what the? Secret stash location, perhaps? See you later. Oh god. Okay. So this is where we use doors and spikes if the zombies weren't in the way. Let's see if we can get a thwack through the door real quick. Nice. Good damage. Good damage. You don't really get the how lovely hitting things through doors is until you play alone, to be honest with you. It's a whole different experience. Okay, wait. What's going on here? We got a red light? What's going on? Is this going to be deeper than I thought it was? I don't think I've ever looted this house. Maybe I have. I feel like I have. I'll clean up these bodies later. Got a spike down right there. We just got a concussion. That door's locked. No bueno. We got 1, 2. Close this guy. Wait for the stamina to come back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Nice. So there's a button on this place, which is mildly concerning. Because buttons do tend to mess stuff up with fixing up prefabs. Or obviously can just like break stuff down once we have an auger. Where does this go out to? It goes out into the garage. I mean, that's kind of cool. We have like a secret little escape hole. This could be our storage down here. Like our little... I mean, this could be our starting base until we want to go clear out the tier 3, right? The tier 3 with the walls, that is. This was also a tier 3. Ooh, a level 2 hatchet. Don't mind if I do. Let's read our books. We have a weighted head mod. Nice. Throw that on the sledgy. Get a little bit extra damaggio. That bin in the middle is something we'll work on over time. I do not want to break that right now, and we do not have lockpicks. I'm also in no condition to do anything at night, so we're probably just going to sit on the roof until daytime comes around, so... Decent amount of loot. We got some extra mids. We got some vitamins for fatigue. First aid kit. This might be worth smacking, to be honest with you. That should fix abrasions. It doesn't fix the headache. The painkillers right here will, though. I think my water is going to drop. I'm going to have to go out into the street and grab some food real quick. But this is a nice little starting area. If we break this down and put another vault door on it, I wish we could lockpick these buttons or something like that to get them to work and function on their own after using them. A paintbrush, nice. It's going to be really useful for repairing the town. But let's see if we can't sneak out and grab some food. You can really feel the ambience of the darkness, and it's not even pitch black yet. The sun's still just barely going down. Got some pears, some peas, some potatoes, eggs, corn. Can boil some water. I'm gonna grab a couple of stones and just get a campfire on the rooftop. And boil up some of these eggs. And have a nice meal to end off day 1. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, here we go, here we go. We're good. I finally got almost to 100%. I'm infected. I'm probably gonna have to buy that honey. But I want to avoid getting damaged again because I actually can get my dang strength stats up. Start working on pack mule, even though I have steroids going right now. I'm just trying to find 5 stones to make a darn campfire. Oh god. What the hell? A spider zombie? What are you doing out here? Whoa. You're in the wrong part of town, buddy. I feel like you should be over in the city, not in my little neck of the woods. Can we even put a campfire up here? Yes, we can. Beautiful. We can get some boiled eggs, but we need a cooking pot. Probably just, I don't even have stuff to char meat, so I can't even do anything in here. I'm just eating the eggs raw. Screw it. Protein is protein, right? gains are gains. We don't have any water, though. Is there a chance we get... Do you think we're going to get dysentery off of this? I don't know. Maybe we need to look for a cooking pot in the morning. Ah. Morning, morning, morning. Time to figure out what the hell we're going to do next. We do have a quest to fetch on the far side of town. We have a lot of building to do. We don't have the cooking pot to make water. But we're still vibing a bit. We are poisoned. We're going to need some fixins to get rid of that infection. But so far, the day 1 went pretty well. We're going to continue on day 2 in the next episode. Some of these will be longer. Some of these will be shorter. Let me know what you think of the series. And I will see you guys mañana. Adios. Thank you guys for stopping by episode 1 of the new 7 Days to Die series. I appreciate all the likes, comments, and subscriptions that may come from this video. If you guys want to see, we have playlists right here for you guys to catch up on some other 7 Days to Die series, as well as a little recommendation to see if there's anything new that you might want to see on the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.